Nami, I'm still trying to figure out ukuthi kahle kahle ngiyiphi inhlobo yentombazana, you know. And when I figure out ukuthi okay kahle kahle ngiyintombazana and I like dressing ubujita, I don't feel comfortable ukugcoka ubuntombazana sengigcoka iketi nani. I also feel my lifestyle azange yasuta ubucheri, you know. I was always surrounded amajita. At some point I thought I was a guy until I figured out sengikhula ngifound out ukuthi okay sengimile amabele. You hey, kwenzakalani?
Nkululeko on culture. Nkululeko on culture. Hello and welcome to you and yours. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Nkululeko, also known as Nkululeko, my brother. You know me from Advocacy TV. We thank you very much for joining us behind the scenes. Khawukhelo Sibata, also known as Essence. You'll find her plugs of all socials across the video. Of course, also shout out to Lebogang Nkosi, who's our producer as well. He's never really here. Today our guest is Portia Modise, a friend of mine, most prolific goal scorer in the history of South African football, over 100 goals for Banyana Posh. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you?
I'm good, and how are you, Nkulza? And thank you for inviting me, Joe, in the yellow couch.
From yellow cards to yellow couches. You're such a wonderful vibe, and people don't know this about you, and we've hung out a lot. You're a good dancer, you are a charming person, and everyone in your community knows you're a white city. Was it always like that? You are open to abantu mabekubingelela? Because I've been around you, driving a car with you, and every left and right corner you turn, umuntu yakubingelela ufuna ukubamba isandla, ufuna ugwayi, ufuna ukuphuza nawe and stuff like that. Like, are you always like that all the time?
Yeah, I think in Nkulza, you know, me being a Portia, it started Ekasi, of course. You grow up Ekasi, you have friends, you have parents, sisters around you, my neighbors, they become your part of your family. Because monga check up back in the days, you know, when we grow up, mama was next to me, mama kuputa next to go. Most of the time, abantwana abahlale group in one, a block in one, makes ubangati see family one. So I think when I was growing up to that environment, I've learned a lot. I love that. I grew up to a family where about different friends, about strangers. So I think I fall in love with that, and I was like, I want to be like that. I want to be friendly to anyone, to everyone. I want to chat to everyone. I want to help everyone. I want to be friends with everyone. As much as ungiya satisfy wonke umuntu, but I think ukuba nobuntu sometimes kubalulekile, especially when we people like us, sometimes we become abathisi ngama role model, we inspire other kids out there. But if those kids that you claim good you inspire and angeke babe ne opportunity to even have a chat with you, what's the point? Because they will never grab anything from you if they can't even have a communication now. So I felt good. I'm gonna be that easy nexus, to my community, where even noma ngaba successful, noma ngaba big gang in my country, but I'll still remain human and humble and I love people, man. I love people.
Does it not get tiring? Because, of course, I'm asking this question from my perspective. I know how difficult it is now to be known, to be doing with Disky TV, and every time you go to a mall, I'm not saying I dislike it, but I know if the 10th person within one day or within a 2 hour is like, yo, I would really like to be private now, does it not get tiring for you?
Mamel, it does when Nkululeko ngoba at some point, like I always say, singabantu nathi now we are ifuni me time. So ufuna ukuzimamela, you don't want to answer people anything, because most of the time with us, it's not even about people greeting you or saying smallanyana things and they pass. It's like an interview every day. People want to know more about you. Kwenzakaleni there, kwenzakaleni. Kunabantu abasakhumbuza izinto za 2000. Then you get tired, but end of the day, Joe, I think I was chosen for people. As much as I get tired, but at the same time I enjoy, khuluma nabantu about different each and every day. Of course, sometimes uhlangana nalaba ke abangenangqondo. that they'll always be negative.
Yeah.
But I don't pay attention too much Google, but I also give them time. Maybe but I just give them the opportunity, the way they want, because I do believe today just because with their different support.
Yeah. All right. Well, when I look at you, sometimes I observe someone who's a rock star. It's as if you have to go somewhere every weekend. Like, seriously speaking. And because you're a friend of mine, and we're friends, I have that excess of seeing some of the things that you do. Why? Like, and is it a true reflection of what I'm saying, that almost every weekend we are Groover or we are Lalipola Nama Auti, you are constantly traveling and constantly somewhere all the time?
I think football in Nkululeko, when you play football, you travel. When you're part of sport, you travel. You get not to stay in one place. I think adopt that life. I pull me give and as much as I go out, I choose how I go out. Who do I go out with? In my surrounding, is it safe now? So I do go out. I drink, but very responsibly. I try to have fun as much as I can. I love to play Ipola is like every weekend I go and play. Happiness I go to gym. I think I never lose the part of my football life. I still live it even after football. It what shocks people every time you still look good, you can still play. The sad part is umzimba wam inhliziyo yami yes ithi ngakhona ukudlala, but umzimba usavumisa ngigrodi 39 because I'm turning 40. So I think it's about passion lo nayo. You can't just lose it, but ngiyathanda ukungahlala endaweni eone Nkululeko, but at the same time ngiyayithanda imitha, ngiyathanda ukuhlala ekhaya.
But I don't believe that. I'm sure you do, but it's like the way that I've come to know you over the past 3 years. It's like, I don't believe it, because you are always, and I've hung out with you, with those people, and they're such a beautiful, anyways, I have to say this, you have a good circle of human beings, that even if you are a total stranger, I can come through there and everyone wants to talk to you, everyone wants to engage with you as well. It just seems to me that your niggas do it all the time, like every weekend.
No, and then not really. You remember when you came and visit where we were sitting in salon? We chilled there. Like angisomuntu othanda into ezibhizi Nkululeko. Like I said, ngiyachuza ukuthi mengithi ngiyaphuma ngiyakuphi, mara kahle ngiyayithanda isekle yami ngoba I believe ukuthi si create aba comfortable for us, yaba ne respect, as kalani, akuna pressure of any sort. I don't have to behave in a certain way ukuthi abangani bami ba feel ukuthi I'm a good person. I'm always me, and I love the fact ukuthi they straight up with me. Noma ngathi ngilahla side ngithi ngiyabheda, angeke kube ne situation ukuthi sizomtshela kanjani Portia right there right manje mameli isicathulo siyashoba shall we put. So I like that ngoba they making me a better person than ngihambe ngiyochila nabanye abantu abangangazi that they enjoy ukubona Portia Modise. Kahle really these people, they don't know me, and noma ngathi ngiyenza anything esili la akekho umuntu ozongikhuza, wonke umuntu uzohleka ngathi khona into right engicede ukuyenza noma ucha check ayikho into right engicede ukuyenza. But with my friends, I know I always check myself nami, I always check what I say to my friends, I always have a respect to my friends, because I know for a fact ukuthi if I can lose it, one of them nyazi bazongidiscipline, they'll put me in order. So I think that is why ngithanda ukuhlala la ngihlala khona, because we created that circle. Ngishap ngabantu.
I like them. I like them a lot. I think I've said this to you, that you kill Ubu Auti more than I do. Like you dress proper, you smell proper, like you kill Ubu Auti more than, like, do you think there was even a single chance that you could have been a feminine girl?
You never. Yo, Nkululeko, let me tell you, when I grow up, I really struggle also now to really identify myself, as a woman. I remember Ekaya, You know, they will try to push me. Nabangani babafana, they will come ekhaya, and my mom now will have abangani, then abantwana babangani bakhe bazuze endlini, abanye ukuthi ngidlala nabo. And there was this guy umngani kamama umntana akhe umfana make naye, my mom will be like, "Melu shade nalo mfana lo." I'm like, I was so confused because I didn't feel what my mother was saying. But I like the fact that my brothers, I think babang set free. For effect ukuthi mengihamba nyodlala nabo ngidlala ibhola ngibuye, and I'll behave the way I'll behave. And my brothers, they never had a problem with it. Instead, they liked that because they felt ukuthi anyeke ba worry you know, I've got this. I can take care of myself because it's chancing. And I was born like this when Nkululeko. It's not something that I wake up and I choose ukuthi I want to be gay. You know, I didn't choose. Instead, Meskula, we struggle to find who we are. We struggle to explain really who we are. Because Nami, I'm still trying to figure out good. You know, and when I figure out okay, and I like dressing I don't feel comfortable. I also feel my lifestyle azange yasuta ubucheri. You know, I was always surrounded amachita. At some point I thought I was a guy until I figured out cool and found out okay, sengimela mabele. You hey, kwenzakalani? So then it's messy. I think I started to identify myself. I started to create a character. You know, how do I want people to identify me? Then I grew up with guys that they're very neat, very clean, very stylish. You know, they were I'm a hairstylist, you know, was in the salon. Then I liked watching them, the way they used to dress, the way they were so clean. You know, then I was like, I want to be this dude gay. If I have to dress obuchens, can I be neat? Can special, different.
And you do it. You do it better than a lot of us. And I really like, because I can't do it. Like, I mean, I'm clumsy. And I don't care how people look at me and the way I dress. It's like, and then when I see you, I'm like, oh shit, I really would like to be like that.
Mara, I think when Uncle Zagakulu is also teaching our communities, which we are as much as Obuchita, you know, bu lady, you know, the way I will carry myself, Obunit Bambe Ashguti.
Yeah.
You know, because it's very rare to find a guy a bit clean.
Absolutely. So, you make a good point.
Yeah. So I'm sensitivity I understand the bold life. So I felt good if really I need to wear buchens, I need to present buchens very well. And abu sister mebeng pegile melebang khalele. You know, I'm out mebeng pegile melang khalele. You know, I need to inspire even guys to feel good. Portia ngakwazi ukugcoka better than us. We need to step up our game. I always felt good. I need to inspire in every angle. You know, I could be in the field, I could be outside the field. I watch a lot of people that I played with, and I saw after football, and most people after football I was naigel. Do I really wanna be like that? No. Funufana bo Bra Lucas. Funufana nabo they take care of themselves. You know, they look good. Why after football you don't have to look good? But I want to look good.
Absolutely, man. And let's maybe explore sexuality more. You've spoken about you being gay. There was a story where I come from in Cape Town where one of the ladies was a lesbian, and Bebam in a shipping. I'm out here that were testing her because she appeared as if she was a guy.
Yeah.
And she's with some girls in a shipping, and they were testing her masculinity. Yeah. And so on and so forth. And the lady stood up for herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because she was the masculine energy with those three ladies that she was with. It happened in a place called Drift Sense, and she stood up and she said some stupid shit as well. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know. And unfortunately, when it happened, it didn't end there. They followed them.
Yeah.
And they found her in her own shack, Bambamba, and they took her out, Bamtubula. And it was a very, very, very sad story. It's from 4 years ago or 5 years ago, and I still remember it to this day. And I remember how it captivated the imagination of that community at the time. And I'm not even part of that community. I heard it on radio, and I went there. because there was some sort of a march at the time. So there are complications about being a lesbian and being a gay man, and now obviously we're being introduced to in the about transgender.
Yes.
We're being educated more about what that means.
Yes.
What are some of the complications that gay people face, as you have known, some of your friends, some people you know of, some of the complications that gay people have in this country and the challenges that they go through?
You know, to tell you the honest truth, when uncles, let me start about my gayness in my township. I don't think, you know, I always find it, to tell the honest truth, I always find it very difficult to answer that question, because where I grew up, it was gay free. So it was gay free. You know, I grew up with a lot of gays. A lot of celebrities that they were gay, they used to come to my township. You know, it was not something that was scarce. You know, it was there. Although kuzoba nalabo bantu aba negative, but they were not too much. Then when I hear stories zamanye ama lesbian saying, you know, ekaslami, you know, abantu abathandi ama lesbian abanye bayasgijimisa, bayasrape, bayasbulala. You know, it's sad. It's sad ngoba I feel ukuthi I grew up with boys most of the time. I'm not sure ukuthi I was lucky ukuthi abafana engikhule nabo, they were raised well, you know, from their homes, ukuthi intombazane iphathwa kanjani. You know, so I will feel blessed, because when I hear those stories, I will think back in my life with the way I used to be surrounded by guys, and I never even experienced what these girls are talking about. Instead, I was always protected. But at the same time, when uncles, I would always say, Nati, the way we behave, indawo siyakuzo, you know, I choose indawo nyakuzo Nkululeko. I know I'm not normal. I don't forget that. You know, as much as I want people to accept me, you know, the way I want them to accept me, but I know it's not going to be possible ukuthi abanye abantu bang understand the way ngifuna bang understand ngakho, because abanye they believe ukuthi sibalekela abafana, sisaba ukulala nabafana. It's not even about sex. You know, it's not even about ukuthi angifuna ukulala nomfana. Ayikho kimi. I don't have that feeling. Feeling enginayo yamantombazana. Mamelo yangibulala ungenzani. I'm 100% sure I can still wake up feeling the very same way. So having those stories, I still believe ukuthi abantu aba stereotype, people that they don't want to accept ukuthi each and every generation ezozalwa Nkululeko, there will be gay people. Absolutely. In that generation. Absolutely. So I think it's all about Guti. The more, you know, people they get to be taught about people like us from schools, because I also believe Guti kuna bantwana abaseykolweni today. I once being a student, so school and I don't know Guti menye toilet and fungia go confused, you know, and amanye ezinye student zenza ma joke. Sometimes I end up angisafuna uge ma toilet. I end up going usebenzisa toilet labo mistress, because that's where I will feel comfortable, you know. So I do believe Guti it's all about Guti ama communities ethumela fundiswa ngabantu abafana nathi, you know, people understand Guti kahle kahle angifuna ukuba umfana Nkululeko. Even uNkulunkulu angangibuyisa the following day at Portia kahle, I will say ngicela ungenze lesbian futhi. I enjoy my life. I love my life.
That's a great distinction though, you know, because and we have these conversations with people like you, and I wanted to do them because they are so educational. Yes. You actually are saying awufuna uba umfana, you want to be a lesbian.
No,
and the perception out there would be that you are all you are because you want to be a boy.
No, angifuna ukuba umfana Nkululeko. I love myself being a woman.
You would accept menstruation and everything else that comes.
Mamela ngimnandi. Accept ke le imhlungu la ngifuni. Okay, esikhathini into engi I think I have a problem with that, because it comes with period pains. Ibhlungu I can't stand it. Oh, and ukhumbula umuntu ofana nami, I'm not surrounded by girls most of the time. I'm always with guys. So when I have that, like it's limiting impilo yami. But I learned to manage that. But it's what I always want to say kubantu ukuthi vele nginokuhlangana abantu bathi awena uyijita ngisengijita ngijidela kabantu.
And I even do say that me without even trying to be offensive.
No, and I take
I say it to you like you are a better man than I am in terms of appearance.
And I will take that, Nkululeko, but I know for a fact ukuthi Nkululeko mege ngibulisa, treat me like a woman. Nkululeko uzongihaga like a woman. I appreciate that because I'm still a woman. When I see guys but hello baby girl, I am a baby girl.
No, but someone else. It's confusing because another lesbian or butch, but butch like or masculine.
I am butchy.
Yes.
But I wanna be a baby girl. New love.
Mara Omunye will take offense to that though. Like we'll say
it's sad when Nkululeko, because I always say if Tinas is understanding it will be difficult to go in the community which is understanding how to deal with us. Mamela Nkululeko, there are those about I'm trapped in a woman's body. Be out. Is those we're talking about transgenders. Yes, probably when I'm more baby girl weird or feel like to trapped in the woman's body we trans we out here. So then you have us. I'm a butch. But when you talk to me rough, I don't appreciate that, dude. I don't appreciate that. When you take care of me like a woman, I appreciate that. Because now I know that you understand who I am. Nyazi ukuthi we understand ukuthi Portia is still a lady ukuthi uzithandela amanye amantombazana, but it doesn't change me njengomjida ukuthi ngim treated different. I still need to take care of her like a lady. Then I appreciate, then I know ukuthi ngihleli nekhandeli right la umngane enginayo right. But if ngizohlala nomngane uzikhohliwe ukhuluma ilanguage snacks in front of me nini sakazibamba phambili, I start not to feel comfortable. Because if Mina can do that in clearly now you'll never feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But there are other lesbians now, they even do that born. Then me myself, I'm a lesbian doing that, I feel so uncomfortable. Because now I feel good when the space is awkward, like we ladies, how do we behave? Because the more men clearly I'm a chance in Nkululeko. I'm a chance it's very important. Out here, you can't just keep a private party. 69 Where's the respect?
I think education is so much important because I would imagine that a lot of the people that vibe with you, and even me, like I've had a temptation to treat you as a guy because I think that's what you want to be treated as.
Yeah.
Out here too.
Yeah.
And anyways, it's so fucking believable because when I'm looking at you, I believe about we out. I don't even for a second think that you're a girl.
Yes, but as I love the way I'm out bang kindness bakhona.
Yeah.
Akusile ukuthi total umuntu uzikhohliwe finish ukuthi kahle kahle ngiblome nothekile. Bayazi usipashapasha. Passion push different out here. When they say that, I know they understand why they're saying that.
Yeah.
When I'm out to give me out here more passion, I take it proper very well because I know Nkululeko make mele manje sikhuluma into esirash uzuwazi ukuthi ngikhuluma nesister lam. Ngikhuluma nochiro wakid right.
Yeah.
You understand? Now le life yobu out asisayibheki manje. But kunomuntu really ongaziluza anytime ngihleli nami ngoba lento sikhulumayo ngoba kunabantu abacabanga ukuthi ngoba I dress the way I dress, I walk the way I walk, I talk the way I talk, now passion sabamcedile I out leli. Angisingi out. No, angisingi out. I still want to be treated like a woman. It doesn't say ngoba I love other women and I dress the way I dress. Kunobu rough game, kunobu tag. Hey, I'm so soft. It's not even fun. I'm an emotional person.
Is it safe to assume that you have other skills as well that are a bit feminine, upega, ukvasimba, and stuff like that? Do you practice those?
Nkululeko mamela I nyawasha nyapheka nyacleana find me home jo ngakhuliswa kahle ke mina ukuzithanda hayi ukuthi ngizithanda mina nala ngihlala khona ngiyazithanda. I think ngafundiswa kahle ukuthi movuka ekseni njengomuntu oyintombazana you need to do something, as much as I can be in a relationship I don't really play a role yokuthi manje sengiyindoda endlini ngi out. No, we both women, we share chores. Umuntu wami ekambila emsebenzini awulukhukhu nini ngiyakho ngiyenza washing ngiyacleana wakhona, we share chores because end of the day I don't believe ukuthi I'm in a relationship to suppress another woman.
For
I'm
sure.
in a relationship just because we're both women and then I wanted to date a woman. I always say there's a lot of dicks out there, stupid dicks, drunk dicks, clever dicks. I guess just choose any dick that they want, but who choose me? You understand? Then I feel good. He knew knew ukuthi ufuna ukudate intombazana. So nami, when I'm in a relationship, mamela, I'm a wife, dude. I'm a wife. It's not even funny.
Yeah, a lot of parents would look at ingane yabo as going through a phase when they are being lesbian, especially the ones who are not butch, maybe the ones that are feminine, ukuthi exploration. Do you find ukuthi ometi obatholayo wena, are they exploring you, or really they are lesbians and bayayiphile lifestyle yakhona?
You know, to tell you the honest truth, Nkululeko, coming to that part, I love it because I always say to guys, they always believe good is change. I'm not girlfriend up. Change umdala ukuthi abe gay sakamdala.
But I will never. I would never sit next to you.
No, but in Mamela, I mean, I believe good every woman is gay until you being tested. Every guy is gay until you're being tested. You know, because I'm 100% sure Oguchi, if Usomizi wanted to prove a point one day, actually now you'll be shocked.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're like, Nalo mesnam kaban. I guess by after 9.
Yeah.
No? So I'm saying even the ladies that probably have dated. Amantombazana where amanye mebeshadile banamadoda. Angikuforced. Unayo kuye leyo nto leyo. Maybe ngakathola umuntu ozomexplorisa this life, you know. And sometimes when Nkululeko, it's not even about ukuthi ba game ebejola nathi. It's about love. It's about ukuthi uyathandwa. Ukuthi uthandwa umfazi or uthandwa indoda, it doesn't matter. What you're receiving right now, it makes you happy. You don't even look at the gender. You look at the human being lokuthandayo. So other women, when they do that, they do it just because it's all about love. And also the sex is good, yeah? Don't think the sex is not good.
That's a perfect way to let's go there. I was trying to find an angle. How do I ask the sex question? When I grew up in Nyanga, Cape Town,
yeah.
There was this beautiful woman with 4 kids. She's beautiful. And she's light-skinned, thick. She started exploring out, but of course a lesbian woman.
Yeah.
I really believe that she's a man.
Yeah.
The way that she carried herself.
Yeah.
She did men things better than me.
Yeah.
That lady had like 4 kids. Nama daughter, but when she got to the butch lesbian that she really stayed in that relationship, and that was a talk of the community. She stayed maybe for over 2 or 3 years, and it was not something that she was known for.
Yeah.
So maybe, and people were like, maybe there must be something about the sex. Tell us about that.
You know, Nkululeko, there are people like us, Joe, about bisexual also, butch women, but they are bisexual. I always say, our community is very big.
Yes.
Yeah, it confuses myself and gay. I'm learning about it now each and every day. You know, but guna bantu abafana nathi when Nkululeko, they will dress like me, but they still appreciate men. You know,
is that possible?
Yeah, they love men. They are bisexual. They dress like this, but
Mina, as a straight man, I would not be able to mentally get myself to sleep with you, Portia.
It's
because
true.
I believe that you are a man. I believe the aesthetic. Sure.
But the relative thing is there are people who are bisexual who look like me. Oh. So sometimes when Nkululeko, Nati, I do believe I come to a circle, figure to a circle, I don't really explain who am I. Yes, figure chance in ngithanda ukubloma namajens. Ngafika chance in ngithaze shoba feature kunjani. But kahle monga chacheka it does, we don't have to disclose our sexuality. Like as anyone.
No, but seriously, because
yes, we
you
don't.
Can't be navigating the world
we don't.
Hi, I'm gay.
But the sad part is we need to do a little bit of an explanation. We like it or not because we are special people. We're not normal like any other people. We're not. So, figure, you know, I need to explain myself. Without chance, nyastanish chance mara noktanuk jola na buchir mara ngainkating nama outing nyawabega nankinga na nama out. Then I think that's when people will start saying unama after 9 gunan because people about explain, they don't see a need to explain themselves. But Portia mesakakala seka ne boyfriend, but Portia seka ne boyfriend. yini sebumhlulile ubugay, you know, kanti no what intending I understand ukuthi I didn't feel a need ukuthi mina ngini explainele ukuthi mina kahle life yami ngiphila kanjani. Angintshela ukuthi no, as much as nina mina ngibheka seningicedile ningilabelile ningibone out ngina ama feelings abafana. I problem yenu ngoba nina ningibuzanga mina ukuthi kahle ngifila kanjani, nina nidecidele ukuthi Portia kumele beso.
I would be heartbroken if I found that you were attracted to me.
Nalo mfana ngawo angajabula yo.
No, but Portia,
I will never be able to sleep with a guy.
That's the thing, like seriously speaking, Mina, if I found out that you are attracted to me because I'm a friend, like we are ride or die with each other, so I take you as a sister. So I'd be heartbroken to know that there's also a side of you where you are attracted to me.
Let me tell you, Nkululeko, angazi ukuthi umuphi lo mfana jo, anginane feeling nyana yomfana. Isukutshela ama outer impintshi zami.
Yeah.
Mamela, I can sit with my guy. Most of my guys futhi they could be naked in front of me. I don't fucking care. Angandaba. Nami ngingaziphumela namabele ami endoda amabele ami lawo. Lapho but bamba ngena sometimes yebo. Yimi loyo uyangithola, and they know nabo abanayo lo nto leyo ukuthi oh but maybe ngangena isister lami elinye ligeza bachika fast yabo, but bengingena mina angazitshela ngopashini yabo, nama nginandaba nama khulumani lami bengabe lenza something ejo ngicunga something anginandaba. Mamela ngithanda amantombazana.
Are you a good sex lover?
So far umuntu amaka complain. So far umuntu amu happy. Sometimes umuntu amafuna ngivuke. You know, I'm a gym lover. I wake up very early and go to the gym. Sometimes I'll go without even having sex, and my partner will like today I went to gym without having sex. My partner was so mad. So I believe when one negotiate all the time, not you negotiating, I'm 100% sure we're satisfied. Sure. But I'll tell you, Nkululeko, these women, they were not gonna date us if sex life was boring. Mamela, they date us ngoba somehow we are special people. Like I said, we are special people.
I've told you I would never leave my girlfriend. No ways. I would never take that chance. Just enlighten us then. I don't like it when it gets a little bit more and more awkward and invasive. But because I know you and you're a friend, help us understand the methodology of how it's done, if you're comfortable. Other people have an idea, a cucumber, a vibrator, in a minwe. I don't like where I'm going with this because it sounds a little bit more invasive. But if you're comfortable, please help us out. Maybe just draw us a hypothetical scenario.
I'll never go deep, ne?
Sure.
Because I'll be really disrespecting my community.
Sure.
You know, yeah. I will say, people they'll say I'm a cucumber, nane. That's crazy.
Sure.
There's really nothing like that when Nkululeko. We have a normal sex, Yes, we go to toy shops. Like anyone who explore the sex life, you know this box, 50 Shades of Grey. You go and buy that box of 50 Shades. We because end of the day, I think it's all about exploring. Because noma mengizolala nomfana mengizoboreka since day one. Because at some point we need to explore. I think it's we as women, it's easy to understand other women when we have sex. We more attached. There's more feelings, more attachment.
I mean, you would understand the woman's body
yes,
better.
And I also help her to understand umzimba wakhe ukuthi make banjwa kuphi shokuthi yaba angamthikilishi. And most of the time when you explore with these girls, they will tell you ukuthi hey azi yo ngiyaqala ukclimax since ngilala nabafana ngaze ngiclimax ngiyaqala ukclimax. So if we can get to that point with women, as much as I'm a woman, it simply says our sex is nice. Because why these women, they keep dating us if really sex is a common?
Someone is just going through a phase and they just want to to excite them if there's no chance of you growing old with them? What do you say to that?
Let me tell you, there are those that abazavele maybe in our relationship ngoba bafila ukuthi batekwa ama-out baba enough, ufuna ukuchange le lifestyle azotshola nathi, then later maybe bathola umuntu ukuthi phela ukhumbule Nkululeko, we also human being. As much as kunama-outer sharp, kunama-outer ngekho sharp, kunama-out maybe are excellent, nakithi life yethu njalo kuno-check no-sharp yabona. Mo data kuya ngawo ukuthi uzitholele umuntu onjani. Uzothi uyadata kanti eshani lesbian olutholayo eshani, alikuticklishi the way mofuna khona, then end of the later like uthi hey aza mengithi ngizama amantombazana ayabhora yabo, uyasilabel sonke. Ngasilabel sonke ngoba nathi mesidate amantombazana, we're not saying yo azi uyangidisappointed amantombazana ayafana. Wafani mengizwana naye yena ungidlulile, I can still move on and find another one until I meet my soulmate. I think I've dated a lot of girls, and I there was a time I thought I was in love when Nkululeko. There was a time where I'm a lover when when I'm in a relationship I stay long in a relationship. I a lot of times I thought when I'm in a relationship I'll get married, then my girlfriends, they'll go back to their exes. Sometimes you'll think the sex life is not nice because this person was dating a guy and is going back to the guy, is still cheating me with this guy. Then you realize it's not you the problem. Sometimes huyu muntu yi problem o selfish ongazi ukuthi ufunani ophethe ubufebe bakhe, then kuba ngathi nawe awuzazi, because the more umuntu akuchitela uhlukana naye ujola nomunye, when people look at you kusasa sohamba nomunye bathi eish azuphosha isifebe kahle angisingiyiso Nkuluza, but abantu engizwana nabo probably abangijabulisi the way ngifuna ukujabula ngakhona, because ngiyahlala ku relationship but later angeke kube perfect Nkululeko. Yes, nami ngibile namaphutha where I got to a relationship, then ngiyachita, then but I'll fix myself, I'll go back to my girlfriend ngilungise uyangishona, but angeke I believe ukuthi moso umoshile I salungiseki. Then when you move to another relationship abantu bathi uthanda amantombazana udlala ngamantombazana. Sometimes namantombazana adlala mina abadlalile ngami Nkululeko. I look tough, I look strong. Bangidekile mina amantombazana. It's nice to know
because nathi kuyadlalwa ngathi.
So it's nice
to find ukuthi there's equality.
Bangidekile namantombazana Nkululeko, angifuna ukutshela manga. A lot of times I will go home to my mom nentombazana githi ngiyo introduce girlfriend yami. Later, this girlfriend will fight, disappoint me, siyahlukana, then I meet another one, I go back home, you meet her, because I know that I stay longer in a relationship. Moye kaya mama ko sakathi kanti le life yeni njani na. I na respect na. Nina niyajola nje kusasa zanalo kanti njani la. Kan mo check mama ukuthi siyajola iyafana nawe ngasikhathi bakuteka obu mama ubaba bakuteke kangaki sinawo baba ba different so ukuthi mekutekiwe. Ngithola nami it's a very same thing le yenzakalayo where ngiku relationship, I am thinking I'm in love. Guna my expectations. Sometimes I'm a girlfriend, they want nice things. Sometimes you can't even afford, to really take care of your girlfriend. Guna this status again, that you always have to maintain, and then hapa kuna ma-ouch, ane nyugu. Nala maucha ne nyugu uzijolela umuntu wakho grand na maucha spices. Akusithi kuphela spices sama ouch. Ngoba
before you go there, I need to confess that light-skinned ex-girlfriend of yours, I've looked at it in many different ways. I agree with you. Like I'm out and spices.
I'm out and spices.
She was beautiful.
Yes, I'm out and spices because that's when Nkululeko ngihamba nomuntu wami ngimjojo. It's sharp. We living with what we have. Kunale athi le mmeke sespanini lokuyahlokolozwa ukuthi mina ngizokubhayela ekari. Mina manje ngabe siye Dubai. Ejo wasiye lunchini nini imoto sharp igcwele igazole, and later you find your girlfriend sakajolana this guy. How sakakushile. You know what? It's what this guy was offering and pursuing all the time, Then later this guy, I'm dumb, akasekho more important, uyamdampa, then aze kubuya va again. Buya kithi ukuthi yazi mina kahle kahle ngithanda wena mengiphapha then mina I need to pick up the pieces sengikhulisa nengcu sengingayazi we parent we parenting at the same time as much as lama awuthanga sincane mamela we're doing a great job we're doing a great job because we find these sisters ma single parent we come in and we play a role, we give hope, we give love, we raise their kids. I think it's all about love on Nkululeko. I don't think I'm a gents be personal about it. It's not even about us trying to disrespect them. It's not even about us trying to be them. We respect, but I will also say maybe it's easy for me because Nami, I really understand how to draw my lines and when I associate with other guys the respect that I have towards guys, I don't lose myself. I don't forget myself because I'm a woman. I don't forget myself because end of the day, guys, they like to be respected. It's only now then and then maybe kuba nomngane wami angenza into wrong nakhona angithathi ngamawala ngiba nembeko futhi ngiba nesimilo ukuthi man ngicela ukukhuluma nawe yazi lento yenzile angithandanga angifikise ngithi enhle kuwena kuhambani wena ngijwayela amasimba manje naye awuthamse imangela ukuthi sena phela immediately sengenza kanjalo sengimbukisa ngabantu immediately awuthamse yangibheka ukuthi marubhashini wawe ukuthi uthekile njengoba sekangikhomba kanje automatically senyambuyiselisa da uyangithola ukuthi mara ngikhonjwa uthekeni musi kanje nesekangikhomba kabuhlungu sengitshela amagama abuhlungu nokanti kahle kuhambani. So I think I'm always in the safe side ngoba I also know how to treat my boys, my guys mentally now noma angitreata kabi I still have a respect ukuthi endoda yazi izolo wenza into esoyenda ngithandanga bashina skisi sikhuluma nayo kahle mengihlangana nabantu estradeni bangashela ichere yami Nkululeko bashela ichere yami, it's okay. It doesn't say ukuthi what I've saw kule ntombazana it will stop ngoba mina sengijola nayo. It's okay ukuthi abantu bakhulume nomuntu wami. I believe ukuthi imdala uzokwazi ukuzidiscipline labantu, but I only interfere maybe ngibona ukuthi umuntu wami sekune GBV manje sekayahlukumezeka ke manje sengithi mara brother Nkuluza ukucala bangidisrespect my brother ngihleli nomuntu wami ngiyamshela sharp fair enough ngiyagaya opportunity ukuthi umshele mara manje akasafuni where do you draw your lines? You understand? So it's how sometimes you communicate with people. Other people will be like, ask this, I didn't even see. But if ngaba ne wrong attitude, they also respond. Angeke isaba mnandi ngingathola nanempama nini ngisingalandela nini cherry yami seyathathwa nje ukuthi bangiprovele point ukuthi wena awusumfana wena uyicherry. So I always try not to create those situations for myself Nkuza. I respect guys, noma bangenza into wrong I ngiba nesimilo khulume nama gents grand ukuthi mara gents into esiwayenziwa.
All right, I need to ask you something interesting. You always with beautiful women. Even now, you were the beautiful woman. Tina, as straight men, we mostly do the approaching. Mele convince umuntu one way or the other. I'm surely convinced. When do you ever find? Because you are a decent man, like in terms of exterior yako. So do you find that women come to you to propose love, or do you mostly do the proposing? Have you ever had a situation where a girl comes to you to ask you to be their date?
Yes, to tell you the truth, it was even worse. I needed to tick the box. I not when. I when. I not when. As I grew up, mommy, he had a friend. A beautiful friend when Nkululeko Menkulu. I think I knew what I was getting alo mngani mom. Yo, very beautiful woman. Mama megeze ekhaya mengingayodlala. Mengifuna ukuhlala phambi kwakhe. Then when I grow up I'm like, I want to have a girlfriend like this. One day ngifuna ukuba nentombazana.
And you like beautiful women. You're always with beautiful women.
Yeah, then I think I never knew really how to share mina Nkululeko. They make my life easy. Khona uzongitshela ukuthi lo uyakufunda
Sure.
Mengimpela nami ngiyamfuna. Yeah, so mara I don't think ukuthi ngiba lucky with those. Angibi lucky ama relationship ami our last, but with the ones engishelela bona Nkululeko mamela it lasts and I've learned that I think out of my dating ukuthi yes, as much as you bangakushela sometimes the same feeling I feel ngoba umonga mnakanga uyonake wena. You know, so it's always nice mekuwona kumuntu na umbona ukuthi uyakunaka, you know, then relationship yakhona iyalasta. But with my girlfriend that I have now, after the girlfriend that you're talking about, I dated that girlfriend mengisesemncane wena nkulu zami. I think she was 15. I met her clapping Deben Shapu clapping but under 18 then but then the way maybe perfect corner then we started dating there. Then I'm starting to realize there's nothing wrong. You know, Ngaya is such a beautiful woman. But, you know, when there's someone said to me, and it clicked in my head, Ati, uyazi zinja, mezin, meguno, inja yentombazana among zamadoda.
Sure.
Zonke lezi zinja zifuna ukuyinuka.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because zonke ziyayifuna.
Yeah.
So I think it's what I realized looking back into my relationship. I'm like, my girlfriend is pretty.
Bruh, you should have seen, like, every time where, because we used to work together on radio, and we've been on my 5 side.
Yeah.
All of us guys are looking at her.
Mamela, yeah.
All of us.
She's pretty in a way she can't even think anymore. You know, I can't even have a proper relationship anymore.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone uthi omuhle, everyone uyakufuna. Now there is no respect anymore in the relationship.
Yeah.
Now I end up ngiba umuntu useless. Ngiba umuntu ongasana ama values. You know, ngathi ngiyenza kancane manje Nkululeko, ngiyenza kancane ngoba even uya emsebenzini ama bosses ayakufuna, wonke umuntu akufuna. Then wena sowujula nawe sabi nevelo. Then I think our relationship didn't work out of that because I was no longer important, mesekuyo important kuphela. Then but isikhathi mesiya I had an ex. I used to date umntana kabo lebo Mathosa, uQueen.
Sure.
So when I dated to Queen, our thing didn't last. Ne? But we became friends. We kept our friendship ngoba there was nothing wrong kahle if we take a relationship aside. If we had to be friends, we miss him nand.
Sure.
But maybe ukuthi siqale wrong sacelana into ezingafuneki ukuthi sizicele mekumele skip a friendship yethu. It's mengiloko data the girl that we just spoke about, and she's every day I'm complaining, every day I will have things to say and be like I ngiyangibona ngalo mntana lona Joe, like can umdala, why can't you find something proper? I want something proper. I thought ngiyazikhulisela one day I will get married, you know, she will respect me, you will understand where we come from.
Yeah.
You know, for a fact good I was out there now, you know, posting everywhere, TVs everywhere. So I thought ngiyazikhulisela. I was like, no man, let me hook you up. Nomuntu I think ozoba mnandi naye. Then I hook up nomuntu enginaye today. I think I always ask myself every day ukuthi somehow didn't know ukuthi kahle ngizoclicka nobani ngizofanele wabani. And I think I'm happy. I'm in a better space, you know. Yes, my girlfriend is pretty. But I think I love the maturity when Nkululeko kakhulu ngoba I think I've dated a lot of pretty women, you know, and they get confused. You know, everyone confused them, you know, and they don't know now when to draw the line. You know, sometimes I don't think they even see the danger when people bagu praise ababaningi, I'll start to get worried.
Yeah.
You know, because I know for a fact ukuthi ngimuhle. I always say as much as I know ukuthi I dress smart, I look cool. When someone say that 10 times, I get worried ukuthi I know manje.
It's as if there's nothing else that can come from you.
Yeah,
you
like
have no value other than
yeah,
the pretty
face. For me, so young scanner.
Yeah.
It's about so young scanner. Why you busy?
Can we talk about something else?
Yeah. So I think I'm comfortable where I am. To tell the honest truth, Nkululeko, it was difficult for me to even move on. I take time to let go. I did have my breakdowns, you know. We did try to fix things with but it didn't work. So I think letting go and opening another channel and give myself that, a little bit of freedom to say, let me love again. I think I found love. I found someone, that mina naye siyahlika. We can spend the whole day together. She's fun. I love the relationship.
I think more than physical appearances, Portia, you need to have someone who you can walk a journey with and work towards a common value. Because the thing is, as you are saying, it's someone pretty, they're being told 100 times, but what the fuck is their goal? What is their mission in life? What are they doing really? Are they planning towards children? Do they have houses? Do they have assets? Other than them being pretty.
Let me tell you the honest truth. The girl that I've dated, I always say, when Nkululeko doesn't say when you date sahlukana nyakuzonda. I used to love you. We shared a lot of things that they were good. It's just that moving forward and do it as an episode, and it's okay. But I will say, Gucci, on a direction sharp because he's studying law. We are spana.
Sure.
George, I will say. The things, the experience, the things that isn't in cross-guzo, or for me to even understand myself, in a relationship, and other people, they thought I was perfect that time, and then now they have things they can say today. Because when you date, you give yourself a chance to grow. And for me, long corner today, I think I've grown, out of my relationship. Now I know what is right. I know what is not right. I think it's unfair. It's what I was saying. It's unfair because I've dated her as a semncane, and I'm the only thing that he knew. And it's okay to tell explore. Because it's what I've said. If akakwazi okunguweya nomunye umuntu, that is why azocabanga ukuthi anginavelo, that is why azocabanga ukuthi useless, that is why azocabanga ukuthi there's better out there, but angithi manje ngoba ngiwani ucabanga ukuthi there's better, it's fine, akaye to better, but mina where I am, I'm not even in a competition of any sort. I just want to get married. I'm turning 40 very soon.
Let's go there because I was with Mushandiki recently, and of course Musha is a gay man as well and is married, and he was explaining to us and the audience what is the plan in terms of having kids, surrogacy. How do you plan on doing abantwana? Would you want to be the carrier of a child, pregnancy?
Kuleo ngafa. Ngathi ngihlulwa ukusutha nje 30 minutes. Give me a school for 9 months ngafa Nkululeko. I think I've dated women that they don't mind when Nkululeko to say, I'll carry your babies. If we have to do a sperm donor, I'll carry your babies. If we have to adopt, it's fine. But to tell you the honest truth with Nkululeko, I would love to have a sperm donor where I could own that kid. Angaba namajinzam. Amakanda ami ngwapha umuntu wami, ukuthi sibe nencosi. I could love that. But if I enzeki, there are a lot of kids out there, Joe, abalahlwa each and every day, that they need homes, they need parent. I can be that parent. I'm one of them. I love kids when Nkululeko ngenhliziyo yami yonke. And I feel ukuthi isikhathi siyangishaya man Nkululeko. If I'm not gonna get married now and take my life very seriously and choose me, I feel good. I'll lose time to raise my kids. I feel good the way I was raised. I was not satisfied. Ngifuna ukupay squint, ngifuna ukupay sibhongo.
Sure.
To someone that mina I can raise, I can be that parent, I can be supportive, I can be a friend. Because I wanna do things that mina my parents didn't do for me while ngifuna ukuba your best parent ever. And if really when Nkululeko I wouldn't have right choices, right life in yami, ngisagijimise amantombazana amahle, ngisagijimise ukubonwa ukuthi ngihamba nobani. I think leso sikhathi siphelile man Nkululeko.
Yeah, really. We are about to wrap up then the conversation. I really appreciate you being here. Maybe I'll squeeze 5 or more minutes from you.
Yeah.
I just want to say to our fans as well, look, we've had a couple of members of LGBTQI community, and one of the reasons why I want to do this is Number one, I recognize that there isn't enough of these conversations happening, and I want them to be as open as possible. And if you felt that the conversation was open, sometimes a little bit uncomfortable, it's done so that you can learn ukuthi there are people out there that live the way that they live, and you are not in a better position to judge anyone. And even myself, I'm in a process of educating myself by speaking to people. Portia Modise. At some point, there will be Somiz Mhlongo here. And at some point, other unknown members of the LGBTQI community, sometimes transgender people. That's not going to be the only thing that we do. I'll talk to celebrities about acting, about music. But we need to have these kind of conversations. And maybe in wrapping up, then, one thing I've always been curious about, and this is about education as well. What is the relationship between gays, lesbians, and transgenders? When you find yourselves kuma clubs, and even maybe with activism, nako pride, do you find ukuthi undermine other ones are taking superiority others? What is your observation on that?
Nkululeko, let me tell you. In my head, I used to say, I want to have a gay club. I feel good people like us, we don't have our place where we can
your own spaces.
Yeah, we can go explore and share the love and grow our community. Let me tell you, we go to these, they do make these parties that really we can go and associate Tina as LGBTIQ plus and have fun. But let me tell you, I'm not sure really what we're having fun or we going there siyokalana angikho sure. There's something wrong about our community because angazi mina ngikalwe kangaki, angazi ngijajwe kangaki. I don't know ukuthi ngizondwa abantu abangaki abangakazi bakhuluma nami. Just ukuba yimi Nkululeko. And I think it's a problem because we have this community that is living in the communities that we're trying ukuthi this community lawo esiphuma kuwo ukuthi us understand. But it needs to start with us. We need to start to share this love among each other. Then if singa understand sizokwazi ukuthi spread lo thando siyenza abanye abantu ukuthi bas understand ukuthi this community be strong. But let me tell you, we go to these clubs jo sibheka nakabi abakubulisi. Hey ubhekwa phansi uyise phezulu. Hey nami ngize ngixaye ngithi mara lo bhuti ke lo ngibheka kabi ke manje khambani. Nami ngizithole sengiconfused. And this is the space where I'm not supposed to be confused. This is the space where I need to have fun. This is the space where I need to socialize. This is the space where we need to share business ideas. This is a space where we need to say, how do we grow our space? What ideas we have? What exactly that we need to do, to make people aware about our life and about our community? How can we really reach out to communities and teach our families? So nabo they could protect us out there. Because if cheka most nabantu thina basizalayo abakwazi nokusi explain ngaphandle. Athi angasitshela ngalolo zenza umfana athi usixakile. You understand? Because nabo even our parents, our brothers, our sisters, they are not really educated about us. Yes, some they just leave you ngoba kamampela you don't mean any harm endlini. I'll let him fun, I'll let him mntwana. It's okay, write a song. It's not like good bag understand about writing our song over I'll let him king. But it's not like good bag understand. Kuna bantwana bazokutshela ukuthi sengihlala ngaphandle ngihlala etradeni. Those are the issues when we meet going to these parties, trying to help ukuthi laba baqoshiwe emakhaya just because they are people like us. How do we really reach out to their families? How do we really make the parents understand ukuthi uzomxosha uzozumlanda uzomthola so because nothing will change ngaye. Yes Nkululeko abanye they find themselves because bahlala emarufini abazali babo bazokutshela ukuthi ukuthi mina ngibe nomntwana I didn't have a choice ukuthi maybe ngixosha maybe ngeke basangibhadalele isikolo mengizogcina sengiyohlala estradeni that is why ngithi bebangishadisa ngazithola senginabantwana. Then later bese akwazi ukuzenzela sakasebenza sakanemali ulahla yonke into aphila impilo yakhe ngoba kasancengi umuntu manje kasancengi bazala kasahlala erufini abazala kasancengi manje sayakwazi ukuzenzela impilo yakhe yangithola. So that is why this community is very big. When Nkululeko, yes, it's still gonna confuse a lot of people because there are a lot of things that are happening in this community. Even us gay people, abanye, we're still confused. We're still in the journey that we're learning this life. But if they're not gonna make, like amashi, visiting to schools, making programs, reaching out to communities, reaching out to families. Because at some point they need to make, lama summits where we come with our neighbors, friends. Also our friends, they need to come and come to this summit and come and listen, and so they could understand which because kusasa yibo labafana bethu abasibulalayo siphume etshwaleni later singene erumini lami bathi bagidla nami. Enye into ama-lesbian wrong abayenzayo Nkululeko yenza ukuthi bababulale labafana. Let me tell you, nginabangane engibachome for 30 years ubabuza bakaze balala kwami. Nokubloma kwami ku very scarce. Because I'm aware ukuthi the girls that I'm dating, khona yawuchami maybe enokungibheka ngimile lapha yana negwegwe lami ethi mara Portia ngamchangers. I'm sure Portia. Yayibona bese later azivina ngenzani cause ngithatha le out seyinkintshekile nyoyifaka erumini lami ngithi asiva isogidla soyithu. No.
That's a good
No mamela ngichomane nabangani bami 30 years. Mekedake baba hamba olala kini. Yes, bisani angifuni nokumazi ukuthi unjani, angifuni nokumzama, angifuni nokumtesta Nkululeko. Mesingeke mamela ngeke silale sober. So angeke ngiyokuzame noma sidakiwe. So mengabe nginabangani bami abaphuma kude babafana basithola sekumnandi, mekumele bahamba basahamba ngazi ngenzani. Nginentwana yami. Intwana zami zinama room. Ngibiza intwana yami ngicela ngithi ngicela ungi-accommodate lama gents. Nkululeko ngizolala ngiyi-1 angekho uzothi hamba ulala ecouchini, icouch alikho kude kunombhedo wami. Lo muntu lo useseyidanger useserumini eli-1 nami. Angiyifuni lonto, ngicela ukulala ngiyi-1 because mengikhulula nawe ukhulula, there's a different vibes there. So you rather go uyolala wena nomntana kithi omfana nikhahlelane uyakazi uzogaya ingubo yakho uyi-1. Mina I don't want to complicate my life because one thing I realize ukuthi we trust too much. We think ngoba lo mfana lo ngimchomane naye for 20 years sekayanga understand. Angeke ka understand because even today when uhamba ne girlfriend yakho enhle bona babasaba lama girlfriend abasha sekacala uyazibuza ukuthi balala kanjani. Nini khona basexayo nje mengilo ngihamba ne girlfriend yami sebashaya i-threesome sakazifakile lapha phakathi ukuthi labantwana ngingabayenzela inonsonto yabona. So I'm just saying to even abantu abafana nathi ukuthi stop attempting ama-gents. Stop it. Angeke ulale nomfana erumini eli-1 ngoba uyintombazana. Stop that.
There you go. Portia Modise, thank you very much for joining us, man.
I
really appreciate this conversation. I don't think enough of these conversations are had. I know a lot of people. I remember when I did an interview with you, Advocacy TV, you're wearing something yellow.
Yeah.
It had around 70 or 80,000 views. And people were talking shit there about Nkululeko zokushisa. So awkward. I'm like, fuck you, I don't care. We have to have those conversations because ngabantu. So thank you very much for your time.
Akubonga mina Nkululeko. Nkululeko, it's said ukuthi we still have abantu that aba very stereotype that really believe ukuthi uNkulunkulu uzongitshisa ngidalwe uNkulunkulu. So uNkulunkulu there is no way ukuthi uzongitshisa, uzotshisa wena ngoba wena unenhliziyo embi la ukhona.
There you go. Thank you very much for watching us, guys. Boom.